Welcome. Welcome to Watch It with Styles. We are back. Second half breakdown. Yo, I am this hopefully this will get me over the hump because I am so frustrated. And it is something to get beat by that's been out talented. Now, Ole Miss has on paper more talent than we do. And if someone says they don't and we are equal in talent, they lying to you. But this game wasn't caused by being beat by talent. It was caused by being beat between the ears, not executing, and not doing the things that you are supposed to do on a play in, play out basis all the time. Most of the time. No one's a robot, no one's 100%, but the little things were the problem. Last year we had a lot of other things that was a problem. Those are not problems now. These guys are locked in. These guys are giving effort. These are guys are doing the intensity and the intangible things. Now we have to play smarter because we're not going to out talent many teams, if any. So if you cannot out talent them, you have to out execute them for the most part. And we just didn't do enough of that. And that's the frustrating part because there were plays there. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I always say I have I don't want to say reverted back, but because I've never been this way really, but I've reverted to a thing of creature of the moment. And I think a lot of that is because of the 4-8 season and the anticipation of this season. But I haven't anticipated a season more than this one in a long time. The anticipation of this season after all the changes, see what the results are going to be, all that good stuff. At the end of the day, we are still 1-1. There's a lot of games, 10 games left to be played. Hopefully, one more. There are 10 games left to be played. And I'm always a proponent of let it play out. So sometimes you have to check, I have to check myself and say, dude, let it play out. Let it play out. No doubt about it. it's still frustrating what happened in this game. But in the grand scheme of things, Van, let it play out. Let's see what happens this week. Let's see if this team comes out and does what it's supposed to. End this game quickly. Take care of business. Don't take a team for granted. Do the little things. And then let's see how it works out. Tyler, how hard is Calzada making an O-line? Extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. There were a couple times, few is 3, right? There were a few times out the top of my head I can remember there was some leakage. But for the grand scheme of things, he had more than enough time to get the ball off. If the upcoming schedule wasn't so hard, the backlash from this game wouldn't have been as. I don't agree with that, Cam. I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree with that. I think this is a week-to-week base. We got beat by a good team by 7 at the end of the day, but this is one of, if not our. I don't agree with that either, Cam. I'm. You never know with this conference. First of all, a lot of people are barking up the tree of Vandy again. Vitech isn't a great team, so I'm not sure. To me, the verdict is still out on Vandy until this week. They play South Carolina. Let's see when they play an SEC team what the outcome is. So there are some teams that are vulnerable. What's up, JD? There are some teams that are vulnerable right now, including us. Ole Miss is a better team than some give them credit for. They're going to be a good team. Are they a great team? No, but they're going to be a good team. I really don't know if there's a great SEC team this year. I don't know. Cam, the jury is still out on Tennessee. I thought more highly of Syracuse than I should have. They went into overtime with UConn. They're not a good football team. And then they played whatever directional school they played last week. Still wasn't high on Joey Aguilar from jump with his performance at App State. Still not high on him now. The jury's still out on them. As I say, in my opinion, there is no dominant team in the SEC this year. Everybody has warts. Georgia has a new quarterback. How is he going to play? Tennessee, the team that I picked to win the SEC, the biggest reason I picked LSU to win the SEC, because the nuts bust is back. That's the biggest reason. Everybody else, Texas, new quarterback. Alabama, new quarterback. Georgia, new quarterback. Tennessee, new quarterback. Like, the majority of these teams have, and all these replacements, a lot of them are portals. We know how that works out. Could be good, could be not. I don't know. So the jury is still out on everybody. So the teams that you thought was going to be good at the beginning of the season, like Florida, one game doesn't make a season, but they're not dominant. They lost at home to USF. Now, not to say USF is bad, because USF has 3 straight ranked team opponents to begin the season, and they have won 2 of the 3 thus far. So, what is it? Are they a great team, or the teams they played were overranked? I don't know. But at the end of the day, they beat 2 ranked teams at USF. It gotta mean something. So, I don't know, man. I'm hoping that the switch to color could usher in an offensive reset like 2016 when Steven Johnson took over. Could be. I wouldn't put much stock into that. We'll see. Um, I think Cutter has the talent, and to me, I don't even know why I say talent when you're talking about D1 college scholarship athletes. They all have talent. It's the other stuff. I think Cutter has aura, moxie, temperament, swag, um, demeanor, comfort. Like he has some things that when I see him play, I like as a former offensive guy. I like what he brings. He's smoother. He's everything seems to be easy, not pressed, not trying too hard. Um, the problem is he's gonna make mistakes. The problem is he's gonna make mistakes after 4-8 season. That's the issue. Um, I truly believe this. If we don't go 4-8 last season, I don't think he brings in a portal quarterback to be the starter. I think he brings in a portal quarterback as a reliable backup and gives the ball and gives the keys to Cutter. So now it's just a 2 game I don't know what to call it. 2 games you missed out on him starting. I don't think it goes back to that. I've said this a lot today. Is that this is the perfect situation. As AJ said last night, AJ said the perfect landing spot. This is a gift from God for Cutter Boley. You can't have it laid out to you any better. You got a non-talented opponent after a tough game, and after the non-talented opponent, you get a bye. It's a perfect scenario for Cutter to get familiar with, and for me, not only familiar to get a rhythm with everybody on that offensive starting unit in 2 weeks and be ready to go to Columbia and perform to the best of his ability. I totally believe that. You think color performance versus Louisville plays a factor if he finished the season really well? We probably no. I really don't think that mattered. A freshman with one start, I still don't think that mattered with the 4-8 season. If we had an 8-4 season, maybe even a 7-5, because this is what fans have to take into account. Stoops' ego is hurt. He's not going to accept another losing season. And if you start Cutter, there's a higher likelihood of having another unsuccessful season than bringing in a veteran. That's just how it is. That's interesting. If Stoops says Calzada is the starter and he's going to miss 2 days of practice, that to me says what him, Bush, and the rest of that staff feels about Cutter Boley as a starter. It's pretty simple. In my opinion, if Zach starts again with a bum shoulder or whatever his ailment is, if he starts this game, it tells me a lot of how they feel about Cutter and given who gives us the best chance to win. If he said that, I don't know. I haven't heard haven't seen anything on Twitter quoting that he said that, but if you say that, Soul Guy, I can't deny it. I don't know. I don't listen to press conferences and stuff. I think it's I don't know how much real information you're gonna get from coaches. So I don't know if that's true or not. He did say today that Bo Allen's the backup. Cutter is the starter. If he said Bo is the backup, that means Cutter is the starter. So I don't think that's how. I don't think, Tyler, that's the angle. Tyler said, I think Stoops doesn't want to say they benched Calzada just for the optics of benching the one guy you brought in to start. Y'all, we are not the only people that makes mistakes in bringing in portal guys. We're not. So to make it seem like we are the one off, it's totally bogus. I can't remember. Miami had a quarterback for Ken Ward. I think he was before the guy before Ken Ward. And I thought he was started as a freshman, I think. Definitely started as a sophomore. And he went in the portal. I thought that kid was going to be special. And he did not end up being special after he left Miami. There are many missed evaluation of portal guys. Cam said it's pretty sure he said Color starts this week. Said he wanted to see Cutter as well. We'll see, man. Proof is in the pudding. We will see, Cam. We will see. As Jeremy said, it's too much coach speak. And there is nothing wrong with coach speak, because why give out information if you don't have to? Why be transparent in a situation? Transparency is not needed. Now, there are some coaches who go overboard with trying to hide too much. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Only people who want to know are gamblers in the media. As you said earlier, if Cutter isn't ready now, how is he going to get ready? Turn the keys over and the outcome is the outcome. We're going to be favoring exactly 2 more games this year. If Cutter is not ready now, he will never be ready. I appreciate that, John. If Cutter isn't ready to play Eastern Michigan, we're not asking him to play the old Alabama teams or the old Georgia teams. We're not asking him to play them. We ask him to be ready for Eastern Michigan. If he gets the chance to start next week and he's not ready, that means he's not ready to be the starting quarterback ever, because he's got a week to prepare for a non-dominant team. And if you can't do everything possible during the week to get yourself ready for this team, to potentially take the keys for forever, sans an injury, I don't trust you as a quarterback, as a future or franchise quarterback for our program. If you can't prepare this week, when everything's working in your favor, I don't trust you as the next quarterback for our program. I just don't. Because why can't you prepare for this week? There's no pressure. This is not like playing a crosstown rival like last year. You have no pressure at all. You're a year older. You in the system a year longer. You should be the most comfortable in the system. No, man. Because the talent is there. I don't think anyone, even a troll, even a hater of the program, even a hater of Stoops, can sit here and legitimately say that Cutter Boley doesn't have talent. I'm not saying he's elite, but the kid has talent. And if he can't do the things between the ears, between today and Saturday, he ain't ready and will never be ready. So that's all I gotta say. Is Jimothy is back. Jimothy, this is 20 minutes exactly. We're gonna go to play one. There's 2 drives in this game that is the difference in the game, in my opinion. It's this drive right now, and it's the drive after we tied the score at 20-20. Those 2 are the biggest drives of this game. If we and on this drive, we don't have to score points. You just can't go 3 and out. You can't go 3 and out. That's the only thing. If you sustain a drive, get 2 or 3 first downs, now we can play the field position battle. That's what we needed. Not go 3 and fucking out. That right there. And then after we gained some momentum, with tying the game at 20-20, the defense gave up a long fucking drive. Cam, I know. I when you see him, that's just his aura. He's comfortable and calm. Now, he's gonna make mistakes. Now, I don't know. You tell me on this screenplay. Is it supposed to be thrown now? Or should it have been thrown there? I don't know. Timing's off. Timing's off. I don't mind a call, especially when they're playing man. It has some possibility. I just think the rhythm and the timing's off. Now we try to run the ball, and now we get 3 yards. Now we're in 3rd and 7. We're in a bind. This is not where we want to be. And quite honestly, there's no one open. But this thing of Calzada drifting, and I don't know how, if you are a regular, again, you know I talk about climbing the pocket. Climbing the pocket makes it easier. As someone asked about, does it make it easier on the O lineman? Yes, because if the defender is on the outside and you go to the outside, you're going to where your offensive linemen are blocking the guys. So yes, but there's a lot wrong with this play. First of all, there's no one open. There's no one open. I roll a little bit longer. Let's see how I wanna highlight this. I go this way. He's not open. He's not open. He's not open. And the guy behind him is not open. So no one's open. The other problem is they did a little simulated blitz. They show 5. So you go, this is the mic. So you go 1, 2, 1, 2. He has him. If he comes, he frees up, and you got a back to help. All right? But what happens is this guy fakes out, and he's a spy. And this guy acts like he has contained, and he comes inside. When he comes inside, we escape to where they want us to escape. This guy's unblocked. That's a perfect scheme when your tackle oversets and gives up the inside. But there's no one open. There's nothing there. That's not true, Swole Guy. That's not true. I'm gonna tell you right now, as I remember correctly, in this game alone, as I remember, because I'm not a stat guy, but I like to look at the stats. When I looked at the stats, we had more yards on first down than Ole Miss did. Let me find it. I'm searching it now. First down average yards gain, we averaged 5.5. So it wasn't constantly 2nd and 10. Wide 3 receivers within 5 yards of each other. See, that there's no problem with that when there's levels to it, Jeremy. So this guy is 10 yards away from him. He's stacked, but there's levels. Like, no, this spacing is fine. I have no problem with that. Nah, I'm not. It's like, I mean, if you play high school football and you ran the wing T or you ran bootleg or waggle, you usually had one guy clear out. You had back in the day, we had two backs in the backfield. You had a running back go on the arrow route. You had a tight end go on the intermediate route. That is a staple of 100% of offenses. Not 90, not 80. Every offense has this kind of concept. Now, they get to it differently. I mean, it's just like the pass to Harley Gilmore. We ran trips, right? And I know we ran a switch release. I can't remember how we did it, though. I think this guy might have pushed the field. We switched him and went there, and this guy went the arrow route. That could be what it was. So it's just the same. It's a flood concept. Flood concepts is good route concepts for all defense, from man to cover 2 to cover 3 to 6. It doesn't matter. You can tell Bush doesn't trust Zach with the deep ball. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. I just know Zach at this point, his contacts are dirty. Like, he can't see shit. Now, one thing I was concerned about before the season was these two guys. That concern is eliminated. Now, can they hold up to a full SEC season? I don't know. But they showed me enough in this game, and definitely the first game, to where they're going to be fine. So, this is, oh man, I know I did this in the cut-ups, but I don't know how my temperament is going to react to this. Because the reason why is because there's just too much talk with fans, and then somebody said that one of the announcers said they could have this all day. So I'll just say this. I don't have the volume on any football game because I don't agree with announcers, and they piss me off. They got a damn teleprompter in front of them, or not a screen in front of them, other games, and they miss stuff, and it just pisses me off. So I don't listen to any broadcast. So I can't remember who tweeted. It might have been yes, I don't know, but I listened to the announcers yesterday, and I was pissed off because I listened. Now, my opinion and approach to the game may be different than the majority of people. I don't know. But what I see and what I have been privy to in locker rooms is not always on the people whom they think it's on. Now, should the coach get the lion's share of the criticism? You're damn right. He's a grown-ass man, no doubt about it. But it's also like fans think that a head coach should be able to control a 85-man roster locker room, and every kid should be a choir boy. And if he doesn't, if someone does something wrong, it's his fault. I played football for a high integrity guy, and there were guys on that team that did some dumbass shit that Coach Curry would not condone if he knew about it. So all this stuff of blame and the one that kills me kind of the most is Stoops is a top 10 paid coach, and we should get a return on investment. I'm going to say some words right now because I felt it building up just then. So what I'm about to say is going to piss some people off. He fucking earned that. A lot of these coaches that are in the top 10 of paid coaches don't have the tenure of Coach Stoops. He earned that. He earned that salary. Doing things that have never been done for this program. Period. Now, if he would have left and we allowed him to leave because we can't come up with enough money to keep him here, fans would have been pissed. He makes $9 million because he's been here 12, 13 years. How long has Brian Kelly been at LSU? How long has Lane Kiffin been at Ole Miss? How long has Kirby Smart been at Georgia? How long, like, some of these guys have been there, haven't been there that long. The only reason Stoops is at $9 million is because he's been here, 12, 13 years and did things never, ever, 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 ever thought that could happen here. So the people who say that bullshit about there's no return on investment are fucking stupid. You got 2 fucking 10-win seasons from a program that's only had 10 wins, one at a time in the 70s? It highly aggravates me that people say that stupid shit. That why is he making so much? We don't have any return on investment is the lamest shit I've ever heard in my life. That man earned $9 million. Has Brian Kelly earned $9 million? Has Lane Kiffin earned $9 million? Has he earned it? What has Ole Miss done, honestly, since he's been at Ole Miss? I mean, let's be serious. Because some programs winning 9 games ain't shit. Look at Kalen DeBoer. He's at Alabama, won 9 games, and people want his ass gone. 9 wins are not equal to every program. Ole Miss is not in our tier. Ole Miss is in a tier above us. I don't think people understand where we are in the tier of SEC football. We are in the bottom third. There is nothing that we do in the history of our program that deems us to not be in the bottom third in the tier of SEC football. Period. There's nothing. No one else has worse tradition with a program than us and Vandy. Name the teams. That's being realistic. The funny part about it is when I am deemed as a pumper to some. But then when I say stuff like this, then people say, well, we should quit playing football. Wow. But then there's people who are the dumpers who complain about everything, but then think that we can win 10 games consistently. Our 4 should be 9. Like, where do you get that from? Like, it makes like it's man, there's a lot of colorful words I wanted to say. It's asinine to talk both sides of the mouth. We will never have top half talent in this program. And people say, well, we don't punch up enough. We punching up every fucking game. Except Vandy. Every game we play in the SEC, we are punching up. Everyone. So when we beat South Carolina 5 straight times or whatever it was, we take it for granted. When we beat Missouri X amount of time, we took it for granted. Missouri has a good program, has a history of having a good program before they got in the SEC. Y'all just took me off my square for a moment. I'm back on the block. Let's continue. So shit pisses me off, and it pisses me off. This is why it pisses me off. Because people say shit. People want to create a narrative about situations, schemes, coaches, all this shit. I don't know why they call Brad White's scheme soft. I don't even like the damn moniker bend but don't break. Because that's not the backbone of the scheme. The backbone of the scheme is to play sound football and not beat yourself. Because there is no perfect anything for a defense. Ever. Offenses have the advantage every fucking snap. Now, back in the day, they didn't. But every fucking decade, they kept changing the fucking rule to give the offense an advantage. And now, I played 30 years ago in college. I started in 93, so that's 32 years ago. The game has changed so much to favor the offense. When my dad played high school football in the 70s, and when I played in the 90s, he was like, man, this is totally different football. So the offense has the advantage in every sense of the word. So you don't want to give up big plays. And the thing about it, there's many ways to skin the cat. Just because someone does it one way doesn't mean you have to do it that way. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it the way you want to do it. And teams have adapted. Georgia has adapted big time. So, but neither that's not important, I guess. But when I hear people say this is too much depth, it bothers me because that's where I played at. I played at 9 consistently, and it bothers me. You can play here and be successful. So, I think this is Nichols. He's going to show you what I've been preaching for since day one. If you're going to play at 9, this is how you have to play. I've talked about it ad nauseum about what you need to do. Ball is snapped. Nichols' eyes is on the quarterback. This receiver takes, let me count, This receiver takes 1, 2, 3. He took 3 steps before Nichols took 1. All right. He's reading quarterback. Front hand comes off a ball. He stops. Because this guy really isn't important. This is the guy who tells you everything. So he is right now, he is 1, 2, 3. He's about 7 yards away from the receiver. When ball leaves hand, he is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards from receiver. It is about a 5-yard route here. He's here. It's about a 10-yard route. It's probably about a 12-yard throw. You should be able to break 1/3 of the distance of the throw. If it's 12, you should be able to break 4 yards. Ball is thrown. He is 1, 2, 3, 4.5 yards from the receiver. So in this case, he should be able to make contact with the receiver. As soon as the ball is thrown, as soon as the ball is caught, which he did, ball pops out. I have done extensive research on this. I don't want to go through it again, but the best thing, and this is why, and I'm gonna say this, and this is something else for players. You have to find someone who connects with you, with your style of how you want to play, of how you play, how you learn, how you adapt. I went to the perfect place and was coached by the perfect coach for me. Rick Smith allowed me to be me, but also his thought process and the way he taught meshed with me and the way I thought and the best way to teach me. He gave some numbers, he gave some theories, and that all clicked with me. So athletes have to stop going to programs for the name, go to a situation where you and the position coach that's coaching you, whom you're going to spend the most time with, y'all have a connection. That connection with Coach Smith, with the way he taught, I didn't agree with everything he fucking did now. That was some shit that I didn't like. But the respect and the way he taught clicked with me. So all this stuff that I'm saying about 1/3 the distance came from him. I didn't make that shit up. So I don't know how many years he was in coaching to that point, but whatever the theory he came up with, I tested it. And during my research of testing it, it came in 99.99% accurate. If you did everything right to be able to see the ball, see front hand, make a step before, if the front hand comes off the ball and you make any progress to the receiver, it's, in my estimate, now this is not from Coach Smith, this is me. I think it's the equivalent of 3 strides. If you can break on the ball before the quarterback releases the ball and you take 1 step towards the receiver, is equivalent to 3. Because your reaction and your movement to the receiver is faster than that release. And in this situation, this is how you play football. Now, there's many reasons why you play from here. First of all, even if he throws it right now, y'all, from the middle of the field to the sideline is, it's not 27, but it's 26 plus yards. From the top of the numbers to the sideline is 9. So it's 17 yards from the quarterback to this receiver. Even at 10 yards away, if you read the quarterback well, you should be able to break 6 yards. You should be able to get to here. If you get to there, even if he just catches and throws it, and it can be better than that, but let's say he catches and throws it right here, the receiver should not gain more than 2 to 3 yards. So playing here, playing at this distance, even if he catches and throws it now, is not going to equate to a 10-yard gain. It makes no sense that people think that this is bad. Even, like I said, the guy said it, I turned on announcer, I listened to maybe 30 seconds. I'm like, it's bullshit. With a 10-yard cushion does not mean you give up 5-yard hitches. I can show you, if you look at the intro of the program, my interception against Louisville, I was 10 yards off. Like, I was 9. I don't think I was 10. I was 9. Now, when I got tired, I would progress to 10 because I'm tired. But what it does, it allows me to see the play progress and it's a clear window. If you line up at 5 or 6, you got to get your ass out of that. You got to backpedal fast. I'm not going to do that. That wasn't conducive for me. But at 10 yards, that's because he runs a 5-yard hitch and you 10 yards off, doesn't mean you're giving up the fucking hitch. And I hate when people say that shit. It's not accurate at all. You don't give up the hitch because you're at 10 yards. You don't. The other thing is, the fucked up thing that pisses me off more is other teams do it too. But we are soft. Now, the reason why teams don't take the 5-yard hitch all the time, because some of these times these people sit and they go take it, and if you take the hitch, ain't nobody catching you. So do you take it sometimes? Yes. But then these guys get smart. So for the fucking announcer who says, whoever said, oh, well, it's there all day. If it's there all day, they will fucking just throw hitches the entire game. If it's there all day. You don't fucking know defense. No. If I was playing a quarterback with more velocity, I wouldn't. Because there's no one. Now, if there's a quarterback throwing 100 and some miles an hour, then probably it would make a difference. Most quarterbacks, that the speed to here, even between Peyton Manning and who had a strong arm that I played against? Like Tannehill for South Carolina. It's not that big of a variable. It's not that big of a difference. Yes, did Tannehill throw it faster than Peyton Manning? Yeah, but it ain't going to make that much difference. Now, what would make a difference is if I'm into the boundary. If the ball is here, so like this one, this is 17-yard throw. If the quarterback is on the boundary and he throws to the bottom of the numbers, it's like a 9-yard throw. So I would probably play a little bit tighter, or I wouldn't backpedal at all into the boundary. Because if he tries to quick throw it, it's a shorter throw. So instead of it being 17 yards, it's probably more like 9 yards, maybe 8 yards, maybe even shorter than that if it lines up in the numbers. So for me, it depends on if it's in the boundary or in the middle of the field. Dictates how far away I am and how I react to the snap. But velocity of the throw, nah. The variance isn't great enough to really make that big of a difference. And if it gets there in 3 seconds, or get there in 3.8 seconds, that's not great enough to really change. But this receiver he really runs a 6-yard hitch, but 5-yard hitch from the line of scrimmage. 5-yard hitch, he makes contact it would have been a 4-yard gain. That's all you can do, y'all. You cannot cover every zone. You can't. I want people to understand that. You cannot cover every piece of grass on defense. You don't have enough people. Now, they gave you an extra person. If the defense could play with 12, then we can talk about covering every piece of grass in every zone. Then it's possible. You have that extra guy. An extra guy makes a big difference. But since you're playing with 11 and you're trying to rush 4, you can't cover every zone. Now, if the ball was in a boundary and you rush 3 and drop 8 into coverage, now you have a greater likelihood of covering every inch of grass, the majority of it. But Nichols is at 10, and he makes a play on a 5-yard hitch. So shut the fuck up. Like, it makes no sense. Why wasn't this talked about as a fumble? He catches the ball and turns around. I honestly don't. Now, since you said it, I never saw it as a catch ever. But let me look at it closely. No, that's not a catch. He did make a football move. He never made the football move. So no, that's not a catch, in my estimation. Nebraska versus Cincy week 0. Same type of play considered a fumble. I'll have to see it, Cam. 3rd and 5. I still don't like the way we play kind of bunch formation, but boom. I want y'all to understand, right? Like, people think you have to be mugged up on a receiver to play the receiver well. Like, I don't think to play defensive back is, to me, the toughest physical spot to play in a game. It's the toughest. It's tougher than linebacker. It's tougher than safety. It's tougher than, like, all the you have to have so many attributes. You gotta have some speed, you gotta be physical, you gotta be able to tackle, you gotta have good feet, you gotta have good hips, and you gotta have good discipline. You better have good eye discipline. You better have an IQ. If you don't have an IQ, bad shit will happen to you. It's hard to play on an island. And people think, well, just mug them up the whole game. Man, shut the fuck up. This play bothers me so much, y'all, because this is close to a big play. This is close to breaking it for a big run play. If we eliminate this guy, whom we are trying to double, if he is eliminated, and that's a big if, he just splits the double team. All right, if he is eliminated, look at the big ass hole. We washing people. Like, we seal. There is a lane right there. And we have 2 receivers blocking. And there's a safety coming pretty soon. 1-on-1 with Dowdle. I feel pretty confident that either he runs over the safety or he puts on the Jets like he did in Toledo and go around him. I don't know. But if we block that one fucking guy, everybody else is taken care of. If you look at the tackle, that's a solo tackle. Not no other teammate is on this tackle because everybody else is fucking blocked. If we block, I think it's number 50. 51. If we block 51, the scoreboard could have potentially changed. If we block 51, we definitely get into a position where we get a first down, close to a first down, to continue this drive. Because if you don't know, this drive ends in 3 and out. So I will never say Bush is Andy Reid or Sean Payton or Liam Cohen or Eddie Gran. He's not on that level of coordination. He's also a young guy. But what he calls is not the reason why we're not successful. Now, you can say about the communication, the position, the personnel changes, all that stuff. Now, that's totally different. But people complain about the plays that he calls, and that's not accurate. If these guys execute the plays that's called, it would be more successful. Without a shadow of a doubt. Like this play, that play there is a big play. And it's a simple call. So people want to say, you got to make these, dude, fucking calls in a grand scheme of things. I'm sorry. Does calls matter? Does play calling? The thing about play calling is more rhythm than the actual plays. It's rhythm. Now, when you're elite, now you can really scheme guys open. Because calling plays is an underrated skill set. But on the grand scheme of things, like for him, just call the fucking play. Like, stop trying to be perfect. Just call the fucking play and let it happen. This ain't no special fucking play. It ain't like we did something awkward and we fooled them with unbalance. We went to the line of scrimmage quickly. We had Zach out as the receiver and Dowdle as the running back, and no, it's not. It is a simple. Is it pin and pull? Simple pin and pull play. We just couldn't block the backside, probably a 5-tech. If he blocks y'all, it's a big ass play. John said, I sat in the end zone looking at that play when it happened. The hole was there. You can see, John, it's like, fuck. So now, then people say, well, that's coaching. No, it's fucking not. I wish I could be a coach and I could sit over these two guys' head like that damn camera that's up here and magically say, close that gap. Because I see the play happen. All right, let me stop, y'all. So, for example, right here, this corner is 5, 8 yards away from this receiver. So this guy's another 9 away. Like, fuck, man. Too many people fucking play Madden football or watch a team play against somebody else and get this fucking idea that everybody can play the same fucking way. Makes no fucking sense. Now, I don't remember this play from Skycast. I don't know if someone's open, but if I'm looking at it from this standpoint, I can say that these two guys are not open. But the drifting is horrible. You get to this, that should be the top of your drop, and you should be penetrating the pocket. If you get up in the pocket, you're also a threat to run more than if you do this shit. I didn't see this from him. And to have him do it here is I don't get it. That's not to say anybody was open. I'm trying to see if this guy was open because this DB, did he go through him? If he can't, you got to throw it here. It's third day. You got to give the defense is not going to let you get 8 yards. I want people to understand this. Another thing I hear a lot now, I'm just on the rant today. Another thing I hate hearing is that why don't we throw beyond the first down marker? Because everybody in the fucking stadium knows that you got to get 8 yards. Good defense is going to sit right at about 9 or 10 yards and dare you to throw above them. If you have to throw it over their head, it's a problem. You have to loft it. It gives DBs time to react. Like it's not going to end well the majority of the time. So defenses give you all of this space to throw it. So then everybody rally and make a tackle. But so sometimes the offense, you got to give your athlete a chance. Now I think that guy gets through that. I think he gets through. But it's also timing. If he throws the ball right now to the speed out and throws a good ball, there's a potential where Stellato can catch it and turn up the field. You didn't earn the right. It's 3rd and 8. You lost on 1st and 2nd down. Shit, man. These linebackers are. I think that's a corner and that's a linebacker. That's great work, dude. This is 2nd and 12. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. That should have been a loss of yards. Good coverage. Oh, nope. Wrong play. This is bad coverage. And this makes, man, I'm thinking of another play. And this is the big play. You just can't fucking give up. There's another play I did in the cut-ups. Let's see what my temperament is. Because right now, I'm hot. I'm on another level. I'm starting to lose my voice. Ugh. I'm on 10. And I'm getting hotter. It's IQ. Level of IQ, level of thoughtfulness, level of just understanding fucking football. And the other great thing, which clicked with me, Coach Smith told us to break down the field. I never knew to break down the field until I got to college. Knowing hash distance, knowing top of the number distance. And I remember this from 1993 because it was so important. This hash distance. The distance from hash to sideline, because distance here really didn't matter because I knew it was close. But the distance from this hash to the bottom of the numbers it was huge. It dictated everything of how I played my position, depending on where the receiver was. Vance, the only guy was slower paced. Thank you, JD. I needed that. So, if this guy with the ball on the hash is splitting the numbers in the sideline, he has no space to run anything out. Even if he runs a 9 route, he gives the quarterback no margin of error, no space to really No margin of error or space to really drop a ball in because he has nowhere to go. He's already on the sideline. So as a DB, why wouldn't you line up inside of him? If you know the only place he can go is probably on an inside route, why not line up inside of him? Make that make sense. Makes zero sense to me. That's football smarts, right? So JQ should be lined up. He looks like he's head up. Why would you ever be head up? I want to create leverage in every inch of football grass I'm playing. I want to create a situation where I want to force them somewhere. Just like in basketball. If someone's right-handed, you want to force them left. If they're left-handed, you want to force them right. I want to force him somewhere. And in this situation, I'd rather force him to the damn. This is another teammate. That's another Kentucky player. That sideline. With him being that close, that's definitely another player. Line your ass up inside. That's number one. I have no problem with the slow backpedal. Now, when he gets to here, if your ass was lined up inside, you could have jammed him. Even in this situation, you got to jam him. You got to get hands on him. Man, I'm done. I'm done, y'all. That's piss poor technique. He lost at the line of scrimmage, y'all, because you can tell right now he's outside of him. With him fucking 3 yards from the sideline. So that means he's got basically 50 yards of room. Would you rather run 3 yards this way or 50 yards that way? Everybody likes freedom. This is way more freedom. It's fucking stupid. Makes no fucking sense. And there's some other things on top of it, but I'm gonna stop y'all. It's not gonna be a 3-hour broadcast. Where are we at now? We're at an hour. We're gonna try to get this thing under 2. Same thing with here. This is poor eye discipline, but I love it. The receiver has planted and gone inside, and we are late, and we open. Not as bad as that. That's good hustle by everybody else getting them down. Short the first down though. Good job out for it, man. These I'm telling you, the linebackers were a concern. My number one concern was the secondary. My second concern was the linebackers. I only have one concern now. It's still the secondary defensively. John, I'm trying, man. I'm trying my hardest. But sometimes I get in these rant modes. They call holding. So it doesn't seem. See, this is why people tell the bend don't break. When you play sound football, you make them grind out drives. Coach Archer, I can't remember the percentage. Coach Archer said, something over 8 plays. The percentages of them making one fuck up dramatically drives up. Like 5 plays, teams can do 5-play drives without a penalty or without a blown assignment or without anything, without any adversity to them. But once they get to that 7 or 8, it jumps up big time. Like the percentage of them having one down or being bad jumps like 80%, 70%, something crazy. So we continue to make them snap. And they got a holding call on 1st and goal. Now, they should not score
on 1st and goal at the 20. They should not. Can they score a touchdown? Sure. But they should not get a touchdown if they start 1st and 20, 1st and goal from the 20. That's you asking a lot. And that's what happened. They got 10 yards? But it's 1st and goal. They got almost 10 yards. 1st and goal for the 20. You got to get 20 yards to score. That's to the defensive advantage. It's like 1st and 20. This is probably the best drive of the game. The mix of pass and run made sense. The running backs ran hard. Like, that's hard running by Seth. We didn't get chunk plays, but we got big yard plays. Like, it kept us ahead of the chain. And then we hit them with the explosive. And like I said in the cut-ups, John K., I'm going to shoot for an hour and a half. The timing of this pass was off. Throw it now. He should have thrown it right now. If he throws it now, boom. If he throws it now, I think it's a touchdown. But he waited another, boom, boom, another second, and now Macklin has a way on the ball. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't hurt because we score anyway. But that's the microcosm of this season with Calzada is the timing is off. Like, this ball is way late. That's way late. As a quarterback, get the ball out of hands quickly and let your receiver adjust to your ball. Now, Seth made his O-line look good with this play. Now, the left side of the O-line did a great job. Left side handled their business. Right side, we missed a cutoff block. Farmer missed is this cutoff and 50, whatever, they slanted to it. And because this, I'll just tell you, this guy ran himself off the play. He has contained. So disregard this guy making it seem like he's in the backfield and going to make something happen. He's really run himself out of the play. It's this guy that could have been a problem. But Seth does a good job. Everybody else, Pete does a good job and get a touchdown. So now, let's see if I have it. Or should I go back? It's 20-20. Late in the third quarter. This is the worst disciplined drive they had of the game. And it's a bad time to not play your best in this moment after the momentum is on our side. I don't know what was the temperature in the stadium at this time, but getting to 2020, I highly thought, I didn't think it was highly unlikely that we was gonna get to 20. The way we played this game to this point. Go back-to-back 3-and-outs on the first two drives. Didn't show, in my estimation, at that moment, in that time, any rhythm at all. But to go 3-and-out, I don't even think we got 10 yards out of those two drives combined. And then to drive 25 yards and punch it in, I'm like, is this gonna be one of those games? One of these special games Because if we could hold them to a field goal, I felt good about it. Could we get another turnover? Could we get another explosive play? If it got to 23-20, I still felt good. The 27-20, didn't feel good about that. People were vibing in the stadium. Okay, swole guy. So it was good then. So all we had to do was defensively. This was the drive. This drive and this drive only is the most disappointing drive of this game. Rayner, you cannot go inside this unless you're going to make the tackle. And our DB's got to come up. I don't know which one has contained, but we got to get contained, and that's too slow. And not only, this is what sometimes I really wish I could broadcast this earlier so my guys can watch, because I tell my nickelback all the time is that when you have contain, you can't create contain that way. You got to create contain this way. The angle's got to be sharper. We got to set that fence up earlier, because the longer you wait, the more of a gap in a lane that you create for the running back. And watch what we do in this situation. He goes that way, and now we create a bigger lane. It makes these guys, the fat guys, that's a bad word to say, the bigger guys have to run further. And they're not fast enough to get there. That's a great recovery by Rayner. Man, I feel so good about the front. Now, they got us. They got us in the coverage. And I'm not sure, even though I don't think Lovett could have helped here, but I think it's trips to the bottom with back strong. Do you have this gap? Or should you have? Because normally, I don't know if this is quarters, but normally, if you have trips, now let's talk football. Normally at trips, there's so many ways to play it. One way to play it, especially when you have a lot of DBs on the field, if we're a dime or nickel, is old school, we call it cut. What happens is we cut that outside receiver. He's not even playing. That cornerback has him man to man. So we're playing cut with the remaining receivers. And you play, if you're playing cover two, you play cover two, read number two. If you play palms, you're playing defense, reading these two guys. And if I was playing DB and we call cut on this side, I would tell this guy we're locking it. I'll see if I can draw a lock. That's close. I will lock it. And the reason why I'll lock it is so I can potentially help here. And the only reason I will help here is because of the spacing between these two. Oop, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Y'all did that wrong. We will call lock here, and this guy is irrelevant. What that allows is for this safety to come inside and help out with this with that tight end, and I will tell him lock, and now I can undercut potential three going vertical. That's what I would do. So if they're in cover four, I would call cover four cut with a lock. And that frees me up. That eliminates this guy and allows us to play 1 and 2 with him. Lock him up, and now I can free up and help that linebacker. That's what I would call, if they're in quarters, if that makes sense. But when Lovett comes downhill, for no reason. There's no offensive lineman firing off at the ball. You just took yourself out of play. Now, I don't know if that's what he had, but I don't think that's what he had. So now that's a big play we gave up. Oh, what did I do? I hit stop. Whoa, where? Oh, that's the fourth quarter. I'm sorry. We're in the third with 5 minutes. Oop, I just had it. Okay, now we're back. So that's an explanation of what if they're playing quarters, which I know we play a lot of quarters. That's an adjustment. I don't know if that's in our arsenal, but that's how I would call it. Now here is, I think this is JQ. Why didn't we do this more often? Or did he just learn from his mistake? Watch how he plays this. Low back pedal, jam. They thought they had a double move, but how many times I say in college, use the college rule to your advantage. See how he engages? And that route is done. The quarterback wanted to throw here, but lo and behold, is this the route? Is this the one where we lined up incorrectly? We lined up incorrectly. We have no edge rusher. We're lined up, it looks like, in a damn 2-eye. Usually, if you have a zero tech, so each guy is even number 0, 2, 4. 2, 4. Now, the gap in betweens are odd. So it's 1, 3, 5. In our defense, if you go 3, 4, you should be a 0, a 4, and a 4. A 4 would have put him over the tackle. Now, I'm gonna add a caveat to it. Normally it's a 4-eye. So you line up not in the gap, which would be a 3. You line up a little inside of the tackle, and we call it 4-eye. He should be 4-eye, but he has a whole gap and a half. 2 4, he's 2, 3, another half, 4-eye. He's a gap and a half inside. So what happens is we play great fucking coverage up top because he wants to throw the double move, but we got it hemmed up. But then there's a short corner over there, and he fucking scampers. That's another big play. We lost what I was talking about earlier. We lost between the ears. Because that was not a play. We lost between the ears. If you know that we have a safety pressure, you don't go over the top of the block because you have contained. Again, this is miscommunication. Now we got 2 guys outside. 2 guys outside when we should only have 1. Not effort, it's execution. So that's 3 big plays. So I don't know if it's a situation where guys is trying to do too much or what. Do your job. And like this play, Ty Bryant right here has contained. So what he should do right now is come up to the black line, make contact here, squeeze so that there's not a big lane there, and keep his right arm free. So if he bounces it, he made contact, he made the running lane small, and now he can go and get him. But instead of that, he peeks inside and he doesn't come to the line of scrimmage. Ty Bryant, Ty, that's not your job. This is your job. That's not your job. That's not your gap responsibility. You shouldn't be on this side of the line of scrimmage. And he looked inside, create a soft corner, and it's touchdown. That's between the ears. Why are we not, just because you see that lane now, doesn't mean that lane is not going to get filled. So you can't try to make plays in both spots. Get to your post, handle your post. See, now this guy fills that gap, and if you were right here, quarterback would have to bounce. Now you can use your athleticism and potentially cause 4th down and 2. But nope. We try to be Superman instead of Clark Kent and cover 2 gaps, and we get blocked. I hate when I hit the stop button. It's too close to the damn pause button. So that's how you get beat, y'all. You got to play with your brain and handle your responsibility. If we do what we're supposed to do, and after 3rd down, I'm not sure Lane Kiffin goes for it. He might kick the field goal because he doesn't think we can move the ball. This is the most conservative I've seen Lane play as far as in certain situations, not going for it. Can't let that happen. Now I don't feel good. This is another situation of new to the offense, not understanding. This play is another play that had a chance to be big. If he follows, I think this is Burton, which when you catch the screen, it is a good pass. If he follows Burton, this is the Miles, that's good block. If he follows Burton, we got something yet again. Look, these guys are going to retrace. Don't go inside because you're too close to him. When you hit this tunnel screen, you're supposed to catch the ball, and that left foot is supposed to propel you this way. Follow this guy. Don't go in there. There's nothing good that happens in there. But that's where we go. Damn. That's another one, y'all. I can't tell what's going on down the field. I can't remember with the Skycast. I'm not sure if this was another open receiver. I don't think so because he goes out. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a touchdown, Cam, but it's more than what we got, and we wouldn't have been 3 and out. Good play by this defense, man. Overall, with the offense getting 6 fucking 3 and outs, 2 back-to-back in the 3rd quarter, that one drive, the one drive to set 27 is the one that hurts because it was just poor discipline. Was there another? I don't know, Cam. I'm at this bad camera angle. I can't tell. So now we get them to punt. That's the most rhythm pass I've seen out of Calzada since he's been here. Catch, rip. That's a run play, y'all. That's 3 yards. That's a run play. We are average on the chain. Now we rolling. Now we in 3rd and 3. I don't know, Cam. You're right. He can run. I just don't know what that would have been a touchdown. It could have been. Woo, good move. That is he broke that guy's ankles. Ah. Now we got something. Now, is it this drive? This is great running. Boy. If only he was a little bit under control. He's a little bit under control. He is a Tasmanian devil. Everything is full speed. with that break, if he was a little bit under control and all his momentum didn't drift him so far inside, if he can hit the boom and go straight, and then you have 27 yards to run away from this guy. You get what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm putting down? But because he drifted, he's going so fast, he drifted more inside. If he can stay vertical and then bounce it, if this was Boom Williams, I'm almost saying touchdown. But he runs with ill intentions. I would just like him to be a little more patient. This play sucked. This play here, if you stands the communication and the personnel and all that stuff, this is a play right here. And the 2 years he's been coaching, that is bullshit. This is the one play where it's bullshit. This is the only one that I can remember where I'm like, run the fucking ball. 2nd and 6, run the fucking ball. This play ended this drive. That play right there ended that drive. Now, I don't know why that guy wants to jump. Now, I know we got a first down. And I know we got a first down on 4th and 4. But that play killed the drive. Because now you had to use one of your better 4th down plays now. What could you have used that 4th down play later? When we had those 2 4th down opportunities later? Could have been used then instead of now. Because the 4th down play was a damn good play. The other 4th down plays we ran were not as good. That's scheming a receiver open. That's a great play. That's a great play. Seems like nobody want to give this guy credit when he calls a great play. All I think people want to do is bitch when it's a bad play. And there were many plays in this game that guy was open and we didn't hit the guy. First and 10, less than 10 minutes. Can we answer their score? Now, that 2nd and 6 play still bothers me, but we found a way to move the chain. O-line's got to do a better job at blocking. This is the thing. When teams know you're going to probably run, they are going to load the box. They drop the safety in. You got to some way find a way to hold the fort. We got too much penetration. And then we hit them with the jet sweep that actually fucking worked. We got the 3rd and 4. Oh, we got the holding call. That's right. Fuck, I forgot. Same thing happened to them. Happened to us. We grind out a play, grind out a drive, and now we get behind the chain. Let's get some of these yards back. I would have rather you thrown it here. Got some of the yards back. Now, if you know you have 2 downs, I wish that he would know that. The quarterback has to know he's got 2 downs. You cannot retreat, and this is not PI. You cannot retreat. You got to throw it. If you're going to throw this ball, You got to put some zip on it. I don't know what happens here, but if I remember correct, I think this was the better throw. Because these are things that quarterbacks everywhere, I think, really take into account. Do I want to throw the longer throw or do I want to throw the shorter throw if the shorter throw is open? I want to throw the more direct throw. This throw here can get picked. If I throw it to that inside shoulder and he can get in there, now it's pick 6. So my thought process before the snap is if I can get that dig route in, I'm hitting it on time. This is just, you cannot do that. Step up in a pocket. There's no one pushing the pocket. Step up in a pocket. You just made this guy's job easier. Now, I really don't know if any of these guys are open. Not this guy's covered. If that Will Rod or Caddis, he's covered. But the other two, I can't tell. Shit, man. Good tackle. Where am I? I'm not going to finish in 90 minutes. I am going to finish on 2 good tackle, Smith. Jaden Smith. That's good tackle. I learned his name from the KSR podcast today. I had no idea. Look at the ease. That's the smoothness and all of that of this is great. Now, for me, I know as quarterbacks you want to drill the deep route, but if this is my first pass, I think I want to throw this one. Now, I know we got the PI and all that's good and dandy, 15 yards, but we need to throw to the open guy. Seth is not open. Caddis is butt naked open. Throw to him. When you looked at Seth and saw the linebacker on him, throw to the tight end. You were not getting that ball in there. I don't care how good a damn quarterback you are. Now, I honestly believe that these plays here set up the third down play that everybody's bitching about. But when I show you the third down play, you need to stop the bitching. This is the thing I like about him is his calmness in the pocket. Now, he drifted too much to the right, but he didn't panic. He didn't go scrambling and doing a twirly bird. He slides a little bit to the left, and if he completes this ball, y'all, we win this game. He completes that ball, he throws to the right person, he allows him time to get open. If he makes a better throw and that's a touchdown, we win this game. No doubt about it, we win this game. It is something it's inexplainable how getting a 27 with a different quarterback does to a defense. No moonwalk. That's funny, JD. I promise you, the fans would have went absolutely crazy. These guys on defense would have been locked in, and we would have won this game. If he completes this one, ball game. And I'm not sure that Stoops wouldn't have went for 2. Cam, it is. It would have been a great moment. Again, see what happens is coaches look in the press box and they see when we run inside zone read, what is this guy doing? Is he respecting the quarterback or he's crashing in? He's not respecting Cutter. So all the people complain about why would you call quarterback keeper on 3rd and 9? I'm going to tell you why. First of all, he doesn't run it right. Because when you pull your guard and your tackle, and your tight end, the goal is for you to follow them. Now, the goal is for him to escape and for these two guys to lead you around the corner for as much of yard as you can. If Cutter follows Braun and Caddis, there's nobody else out there. So for all the shit, people want to call about plays. Why would you got this play? It ain't the fucking play. It's the same thing that happened early in the game where we had to fucking waste timeouts. It ain't the play. It's the execution of the play. If Cutter Boley follows probably the best old lineman we have on the fucking line of scrimmage, if he follows him, why would you not follow one of the biggest guys? He is an all-conference player. Why would you not follow him? Why would you not follow him? He has that damn defensive end hook. If he goes to where he's supposed to go, fuck y'all. And not all of y'all. I love y'all who watch. But the people who fucking complain about this play are just complaining because they don't like Bush. Same way people complain about Stoops because they don't like Stoops. Because some people can't handle a coach trying to see a better opportunity for himself. Oh, he's leaving all he's quitting on us. If you don't like it, you ain't ready for big time football. But right here, well, so now JD, the play is if he tosses it, this guy probably gets there because he's unblocked. So we're not blocking him per se. So if we was running like this, we don't run toss read. But if we run a toss read, you would toss it. If he vacates, you cut up in front of and cut up under him. But I'm gonna say this. I think Bush saw this guy. He's been basically eye watching the running back. So he was probably hoping that he would expand. Then we can kick him out, and then he can run up inside of him. But it wasn't called the toss. Is just it's a fake. It's to influence him, and he didn't influence much. But it didn't matter because you still follow 75. So instead of 75 kicking him out, now he's gonna log him. He's gonna seal him. So why would you cut inside? That's not where your blockers are. See, this is where he's still in that high school mode where he sees a hole and you go in. And this, I don't know if I explained it here yesterday. When I was with the Bears, the elevator closed. The elevator closed on this level. That ain't where you're supposed to go. We're not blocking guys for you to cut back. We're blocking guys for you to get around the fucking edge. If he gets around the edge, y'all, who is over there? Fucking first down. JD still like, hey, I don't have a problem with that. But all I gotta say is that it ain't the play, it's the execution. If he would have gotten that first down, you would have said, I don't like that shit, but damn, he got a first down. The play was there to be had. And Cutter missed wide open. And I don't know why he didn't throw it because he's looking right here. throw the ball. And I don't know why he didn't pull the trigger. I'm trying to figure out who he's looking at. Dude, throw the ball. And the crazy thing about this, with this guy, with the route concept, as someone, JD, you can't play scared about getting guys dinged up. It's just, I know. I hear you, but you got to play to win this game. All right. Roll with me here. Roll with me here. I'm going to tell you why this is such a good concept. As a quarterback right now, I see they go 2 high safeties, and they not playing palms. They playing traditional cover 2. Know what happens with traditional cover 2 with trips is someone has to run deep middle because these 2 safeties are getting off the hash, all right? So now, this is what makes this play so good, is that you occupy the middle runner with a middle route. So now he is out of here. With that. No, JD, no, you didn't break me yet. With that, right? When you vacate him, there is no one else in the middle of the field. So then we run a dig right behind him. You know right now, in cover 2, if this guy runs, this guy is always open. Always. A million times open. Even if they play 2-man under, he's going to win because of leverage. He is always open. Unless you play 2-man, this guy and the guy covering is a dog. Let it rip now. And if he let it rips now, it's a one-on-one with him and that safety. There's no one else available. If he throws the ball right now, I think that's Maclin, and throws a decent ball right now, it is a touchdown. I guarantee it. If it's not a touchdown, he gets to the 5-yard line. If he throws that ball right now, and he's looking right the fuck at him, why didn't he throw it? I don't know. There's a window there. There's no one in his way. He can throw that ball right there. If he connects, it is a touchdown. Now, this drive, I don't know what happened, but defense got lazy, felt bad for themselves, whatever it is, and we give up 3 points. When we give up 3 points, it's over. But it's the same thing. Cam, that's what I say. It's the same thing. We not playing sound football towards the end. We do not give up an edge. Now, we did start playing little man, and when you play man, you don't have eyes on quarterback, and it's harder. So when you play man, you bring out extra guys from able to play the edges. And this is what happens when you're aggressive as a defense. You're going to make plays like this because I think Jordan Love blitz. You're going to get a TFL here. But then you're going to get later when you play man like that. I think I have an end zone cut. You have a soft edge. So what happened is Jaden Smith has him man to man. And this is how you scheme up playing teams who play man. This guy has man. This guy should have contained, because if we're in man, we're in a problem. Or this linebacker has contained. Probably Rayner has contained. He's lined up outside. So let's say Rayner has contained, right? Jaden Smith is locked in man. He doesn't do anything but follow number 1. What number 1 does, he goes crack contain. With him in man, he can't read that crack until he makes contact. So then he's going to move here. So now you have two guys in the same spot with one guy blocking. You have a soft edge. This is not, see, right there. Jaden Smith cannot come off of him until he makes contact. That's your contain. It's cracked. We got two guys blocked by one basically, and there's no edge rusher, no contain, no post set. So when you want to be all aggressive, this is the shit that happens. And so now it's ball game because 3 points put it 2 possessions. We ain't fucking scoring 2 possessions in down 10 minutes. We damn sure ain't gonna score it in down 2.5. So right now it's ball game. Good thing about it is we did hold them to a field goal. But we're in trouble. Now we're gambling. Now we're blitzing. Now we're not playing sound football. It's a good tackle by Ty. That's trying to keep contained. Sometimes contain is hard to do, but you got it. If you're gonna do it, just make them bounce. Make them pause for a second. So now this is basically in the game. So I'm under 2 hours. I feel good about myself. Even I'm finished under 2 hours and I had a couple rants. So that's all good. You have to remember we still are only 2 games in the season. We're 1-1. And let's see what happens these next 2 weeks. If we can get to the Georgia game 3-1, that's where I had us anyway to try and win 6 to 7 games. It doesn't matter whom you beat, as long as you still match the number at 3-1. I had us beating Ole Miss and losing to South Carolina. Well, we flip it. Who cares? So that's all I got. We move on. I rinse this stink off of me because I'm still pissed. And if Coach Stoops does not start Cutter Boley with the injury to Zach Calzada and with his performance these first 2 weeks, we ain't got time to play around. We just don't. With the turmoil of some of these other teams in this conference, we ain't got time. I have seen enough. And there's no slight on Zach. This system did match your skill set. I apologize. I'm sorry. But I'm trying to win games. There is no trying to make guys feel better and all this stuff. It's a cutthroat business. I apologize. I thank you for your service of helping us prepare for this season. But right now we're going to go a different direction. We gave you the opportunity and you didn't make the most of it. Now we got to go in a different direction. If Cutter Boley comes in this week, as I know he should, not think as I know he should, and doesn't perform well shit, Cutter didn't earn it. So then you go back to Zach. If he plays like shit, which I just don't think he does. If Cutter plays decent or anyway, Zach already took a red shirt camp. If Cutter comes in and plays decent ball, he's a starter for the rest of the season. We cannot wait any longer. Come off a 4-8 season every game. So, again, I'm gonna do all the things I've been told to do by others. I don't do enough of. Go to YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you are watching on Twitter, form a YouTube account. If you appreciate these late night meetings, go form a YouTube account and just subscribe, get my numbers up. If you want to donate to the House Fund, there's a Cash App at the bottom left. You can Cash App your man. If you're on Twitter and watching, make sure you're following. Make sure you go follow the Locker 411 Wednesdays, myself and Anthony White, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When you create that YouTube account, go subscribe to the Locker 411. And I know some of y'all already subscribed to KSR podcast. So if you subscribe to them, subscribe to me in the Locker too. Spread the wealth. There's enough for everyone. Spread the wealth. I also started TikTok, B-Style17. Go over there and follow your boy there. I started doing Instagram, LA Bluegrass. Go over there too. Do it all, man. Do it all. But seriously though, I appreciate y'all joining. We're 1-1, y'all. This is not the end of the world. It's like if we didn't win this game, the whole season's over. It's not. We're 1-1. Let's let this season play out. Let's go demolish Eastern Michigan and then get the bye week and prepare for South Carolina, heal some wounds, and let's see if we can go to Columbia and beat down that damn guy, that damn Shane Beamer, man. Him and Eli pissed me off more than any other coaches in college football. Go over there and beat Shane Beamer, and then I feel better about the first 4 games of the season. What's the YouTube? It's Driving with Styles, Cam. Driving with Styles. That's all. I appreciate y'all. I know I'm going to see y'all next week, and we'll be 2-1. Then we have a bye week, and then we'll talk out the Eastern Michigan game. So hopefully that's a whole lot of fun and less complaining, and maybe not 5 hours worth of broadcast. Y'all have a good rest of your week, and I'm out.
1:16 left to play in the game. Quarterback drops